Cherokee Nation citizen John David Israel is a man of metal. He's worked for more than 50 years to perfect some of the world's best horse bits and spurs. His craftsmanship is unparalleled, and those fortunate enough to possess an Israel original know it's something to treasure.
I imagine everybody, when they start, they make themselves one or two to use. That's the way I started. People got seeing them, and they got to ordering from me, and I even sent like a dozen pair to stores when I started. After about the first 5 years I made them, I never have been caught up since. I'm John David Israel, Winona, Oklahoma. Well, I've been here 52 years, right here on this place. You can't see it for the foliage. I kind of like that, I guess, because I'm Indian. My dad was good at making things, and my mother was a seamstress, so I guess I kind of inherited a lot of it. When I started making these spurs, I'd make them of evenings. And I'm not really a night person either, but I might stay in here till 10 o'clock, ride horses all day, and then make bits of evenings. But then I began to not take near as many horses. I was going to them cuttings, and they're really the ones that got me off the ground. People that won world championships and had my bits on, I never did. That's the only way I advertised.
I think a lot of it is his reputation as a horseman, of what he's done in the horse industry. There's a lot of bit and spur makers that are good at it, but they haven't won in the horse world in competition, and they don't have the reputation John has as being a good cowboy, a good horseman. Plus he can make the material.
Well, if I can just get right after it and get it done, a lot of times I can make them and mail them out that evening. I turn the mouthpiece first, then I weld the ends on, which is 1 5/8 inches long, little 1/4-inch pipe. And then if I put solid shanks on them, I don't use the little ends. I just weld the mouthpiece into the solid shanks. Then I put the rings on, and then kind of rub around on them a little bit and finish them a little bit. I'm so far behind, the only place I get mine slick is where they really need to be, around the mouthpiece. I've had 3 ponies I rode a lifetime with that colt bit. But they have to be pretty nice horses. They gotta be light and pretty snorty. When you're making things like this, I tell people, well, what flatters me is when they bring something back for me to repair it. I know they've been using it.
So it's all about comfort. Snoopy loves these Israel bits. How about that? Shooty's taught us everything. Everything we learn, that we know, we learn from him. So when it comes down to helping out in the shop or even taking over the business or whatever, he's slightly trained us all for this job. So he's got a lot of backup right there.
Well, he's taught me a lot about what bits need to do, how they need to look, and how to make them. And he has taught me a lot on how to be a good person, because I think he's an honorable man. He's honest. He respects everybody. He never runs people down. He's just a man that everybody would like to be. I've never known a man that knows as many people as John does. I'm not talking about just in Osage County. I mean, people all over the United States. I've seen so many people come here to visit John, drive 500 miles or so to come just to visit John.
There's hardly a day goes by that somebody don't come by, and sometimes there'll be 3 or 4 here. I've wondered myself, how does so many people from way off get my phone number? I guess it's just word of mouth. I'll send one to the South. His neighbor sees it and said, where'd you get that bit? And he tells him phone number, and then they call me. I haven't been caught up for almost 50 years when I could say I was really caught up. I get so many people that'll call me. They're usually willing to wait. And some of them may think I've died. They've waited so long. This one fella, he called me and he said, John, make me a bridle bit. Said I'll probably never use it. I thought to myself, you probably never get it either. There's a lot of work to making these things. I like to make things for people that's going to use it. And that's what flatters me is when I get something back that needs to be restored. That flatters me more than, oh, they say John makes pretty things. I think I've learned a lot. By being around so many different people, you might learn something you don't want to do, but you might learn something that will help you too. As far as the life I've had a real good life. There's hardly a day goes by that I don't get older. Every day I get older, I get further behind. But if they really want one to use, I'll get it to them.